Hello everybody, I'm Peter Globe, and today we are reviewing Your Mother and Mine from Steven Universe, one of the newest episodes. Honestly, the only reason why I like this episode a bit more is because it's more gem-based. But then I think about it, that series uses gems so little in the actual story that it's kind of pathetic. Anyway, the image belongs to Steven Universe and Robbeca Sugar and Cartoon Network. I don't own it, I just want to make it a bit more something to look. Now, this episode is, again, terrible. Hell, I'm pretty sure everybody just makes a negative video upon this episode. Like, if it's not a terrible episode to review, it's then just a terrible premise. Which if I'm being totally honest, it's either intentional or it's surprising. But to be fair, I'll be more surprised if Steven Universe actually does go for 10 seasons. Oh, Steven Universe is going for 10 seasons. What a terrifying thought. Oh. Anyway, let's get into this fucking shitty cartoon episode. Now, the way we start is an actual pretty funny joke, making you actually think this will be a decent episode. Because, Lars is basically having a Star Trek joke, and Roganite basically ask him, am I supposed to be lucky this? And Lars is like, of course. Which was funny. But then, of course, as always, Steven comes in and ruins it with a stupid party sub joke. Ugh. Why did you bring that? And Lars, when did you explain party to the off-colors? Just ridiculous. Anyways, after the whole encounter with Emerald, their ship had some kind of a fuel destruction or something. I don't really care enough to say specifically. They tried to use it. Use it because fluoride fixed it or something. And meaning to say is they were about to, but they deactivated. Yep. So basically the only purpose of that was to have a reason for them to not be moving through the space and all that. So yeah, nothing really. Also, but Piacha does something. She tells us the fuel tank went out instead of something blown up. Honest to God, I don't exactly think there's any other reasons for her to do this or something. Then of course, Steven, since they're stranded, wants to introduce off-colors and us to Garnet. And as much as everybody says it was entertaining to see Garnet to interact with them and to give them compliments, not that many were like that. Like, when it would come to Rutayo, she was like, was a bit of a perverted mind if you ask me. Like, give me all I want all the details. When it came to Rutayo twins, it was surprising, really. I mean, I know it's not a forced fusion like it was with the other body limbs, but you think she would have a bit of a weirder reaction. Then with fluoride, she just says that she's so beautiful, and then when she goes with Pat Piracha, she says, a red sapphire, rare. Or unique, or something along those lines. Which I may ask, how come, was it seen in the past why Pat Piracha was defected? Because Honestly, all the others look like something, but Petracha just seems to be different coloring. And I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere the Patpirachas are red, so I don't really know what's going on there. But anyways, Patpiracha says that she's gonna make everybody uncomfortable. Well, I guess Roganite and the Rutayo twins are excused, but Fluorite, she called you beautiful. I don't think that she was exactly saying anything wrong with her. But anyways, Rutayo said. Anyways, we get a bit of more of these off-color thoughts and how they react. Like, Utayo is aware that what she's doing is wrong and she doesn't think about it like the most beautiful thing. She just can't stand being separated. Which makes me wonder, will they ever unfuse? Or will all of them unfuse ever? It's so boring. Then the Garnet once says that since they are not aware as much, they decide they would try to build them up so every single time someone tells them something nice about them, they are gonna take it as an insult. Which of course they mention rose quartz, but they all have weird stuff expressions. Like I think the Rutayo said it was created by some super reactive quartz or something. That Rowanite said something about Rose being Flash or something. Flora thought that she wasn't real, and Pat Piracha, we don't really get anything except a shocked reaction. Which is kind of weird. I would like to know. I mean, I know Pat Piracha can't exactly say long lines because it's basically just saying the past, and admittedly it would take a minute for her to actually tell them what she thinks, but still. But anyways, all this insults, God basically says it's wrong. Rose is the best person that lives. There we go to the flashback. Alright. Alright. Some people are gonna say there's a deeper message. Like, the reason why why they are now faces, why they're just colorings, some colors jump into your arms or something, supposed to be how this is what she thinks of the truth is, but it could be millions others. Like, there could be millions others gems. I get that. But, how do I say this? It's just lazy. I mean, I'm not gonna give a crap what's the deeper meaning to that. It's a freaking flashback in the 5th fucking season. If you wanted on those lines, then why did you have some, like, the same thing you did in the episode where Garnet gave Steven her backstory and just have one color, and then just have some big minor flaws like some amethysts like bigger and some amethysts smaller, but they are supposed to be all the same or something. Well, except Pink Diamond, who seems to be a lot taller, but I don't really care. Hell, the way they kind of made that show, it seems like Pink Diamond was supposed to be small. Huh. That's an interesting thought. Maybe everybody who says that Pink Diamond is defected or something is actually false, and it's just so happens that Pink Diamond was supposed to be small. So yeah. Now besides that stupid decision, we basically get to know some other stuff. Which in some cases is wrong, because I believe it was said 2 times at least that Rose comes from Homeworld, and yeah, how do I say this? Garnet made these Pink Diamonds sound less like a brat and more like a heartless witch. Let's take Wilhelmina from Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, for example. Sure, the way she acts is more like a spoiled brat who honestly seems more like was never told that she needs to act differently around people. And if, I don't know, Dorothy or someone like show her the way she's supposed to act for a month, she might be acting differently or something. And she in Pink Diamond's more like that, if you go by the Jungle Moon. But the way that Garnet made her sound was more like her Wilhelmina's aunt's. Which, alright, I admit that that she didn't exactly, that probably she put that in because again, she made Blue Diamond sound like a cutlass witch, and Ruby, and they still think of that, but Steven still knows that he saw it 2 times that Blue Diamond is fucking erect. Which awesome. I know this isn't important to the episode, but can someone for some fucking reason tell me why the fuck is one of the ways to defeat a Blue Diamond, a big fucking threat, just by giving her a book or some website on how to deal with the depression when you lose a family member? I mean, for crying out loud, what kind of a person thinks people who like villains and hate when they get killed or just being tossed aside for some other villain? Watch the show if you make them so fucking stupid. Seriously. Anyway, basically Garnet continues saying, starting the story, and calling Pink Diamond a coward, even though the thing that she did was logical, and basically all the others. We get Bismuth being back to the story, so that might mean that she'll come back, but we don't really know. And then after the story, apparently Off-Colors were curious what happened, because again, they don't exactly know it, so yeah. But, well, Garnet tells them that that thing that they heard about Rose Quartz losing was actually correct. So they're basically upset. But Project gives a little sad that I predict the story's not gonna end well. But still. And basically all of them feel useless and there's so little amount of them left. But then Steven then gives something that makes me upset even more. Apparently, Steven states that there could be more gems on Homeworld that are like crystal gems and the Off-Colors. So, let me get this straight. People from Kibit City seem like they're already fucking preparing, and how, as far as we know, some of the men might start, fighting, learn some basic fights, and considering how fucking easy it's to proof a gem, I'm pretty sure they're gonna start getting some weapons that could proof gems. Then we have the Amethysts or Amethysts that are on the Inhuman Zoo. Then we have the Watermelon Stevens who shown they can handle themselves in combat. They are also the fucking the corrupted Jams who, if they get uncorrupted, they will be joining, or they would be they could use them as corruptants, like they're like the gems are like lured to there as bait, and then they set those beings upon them. And there are also the redemption arcs planned for Jasper and possibly the Ruby Squad. And lepers basically can manipulate water, which is most of the earth. And now Steven implies there could be more gems like them on Homeworld. So let me get this straight. That we are supposed to be terrified of the Homeworld, right? We're supposed to be terrified of them? Well, we are not terrified of Homeworld when Steven Universe or the Crystal Gems have much bigger of an army that we even get to be seen from the diamonds. Seriously, Homeworld seems incredibly empty. We only know of a couple gems outside of the diamonds who are effective, like Holly Blue Agate and Emerald, and possibly Hassanite, but that's very small, a brief possibility. And the Ruby Squad. And apparently a bunch of colonies. But I can say that I believe there was an episode revealed that there's going to be on the colony thing. So it's possible that it's not even going to be. Or I forgot Topaz and Aquamarine, but I'm pretty sure Topaz would be easily joining the Crystal Gems. But still, there is except for Paradox Manager, who, as far as we know, well, could be as weak as Paradox is now there are now fucking other gems out there that work for the diamonds. I think before Steven Universe gets the idea of giving another ally to Steven or revealing any ally, they need to first give the Homeworld and the Diamond Empire fucking fleets. Like, seriously, fucking fleets. One Piece gives us country for Big Mom, a fleet for Blackbeard, and I also believe Kaido has a fleet, and all that. But Steven Universe doesn't give us any form of that idea, like not even the smallest. I don't care if they're gonna be revealed later or something, or Steven Universe is waiting. They should still show us that there's a fucking empire. As far as we know, it's only a couple ships with only a couple of gems who were probably the same amount as the Watermelon Stevens. And just, what the fuck is wrong with you? Show us there's a Crystal Empire or Diamond Empire before you give an idea of there being more allies. Fucking what's wrong with you? Who fucking told you that was a good idea? Who the fuck tell you? Show us first there is an empire, then give gems even more allies. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, as you can guess, I am not happy about finding out there's possibly more allies. But I might just be overreacting. I mean, after all, like the whole Pink Diamond being stated to be alive later, it's possibly just a throwaway line. Oh yeah, speaking of the Pink Diamond throwaway line, after they try again to get the ship back to power and all that, Steven takes God away to ask her. Now, the thing that he asks her is the possibility of Pink Diamond being alive. Which, for starters, Steven, you know Pink Diamond's size, and you know she doesn't have all of her battle experience in the box, like Annie at all. So if she's still alive, she could not be a threat like whatsoever. Hell, even Blue Diamond shows to be more of a threat than her. So why are you concerned about that? Plus, if you are going to pull her out to ask her something, why don't you ask her some legitimate stuff? Like, Bismuth stated that Rose's sword cannot shatter gems, so it's not possible for her to shatter a diamond either. Or the fact that Rose shattering Pink Diamond is impossible because if she's alone, why wasn't there any of her talents? Which we weren't shown at all, but still, you get it. But they say that she's not coming back and all that. We'll see that. Then we get a bit of a joke in which we actually get the usefulness of Pat Piracha shown, and that's basically being that in case if there's like a situation like in this case Lars pushing the wrong button, they will be that they can actually use that to be aware. Like if the ships of the diamonds come into other parts of the island, she'll be able to predict that. Fair enough. And in the end, they decide to go into one of the Yellow Diamond's colonies because they need something to make fuel or something. I don't really care. I don't think there was anything real about that. So what are my final thoughts on this episode? Like always, it sucked. Animation was villains were no existence. They were repeating stuff and it just is terrible. This one is definitely a rant. Now, anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope you guys leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. And that's it, I cannot wait to see all you people next time. Bye.